Okay, so overcoming skepticism. All right, because some people are going to be skeptical, right? You know anybody skeptical, Keith? I do.
Oh,
Um, so how are you going to demonstrate the benefits of a reciprocal arrangement with the contractors and suppliers? So one of the things that you can do is have, obviously, when you have some, get reviews or testimonials from them. That's easy. Case studies, that's easy. But what happens, let's say this is your first one, you don't have anything. How about letting them be in there in the program for 60 days at no cost?
mhm.
At the end of 60 days, you'll be able to track and you'll tell them we track. You'll see how many people clicked on their page on our website, how many people went over. And then, you have to tell us how many converted. But if you tell us that, and this is true, here's a story. And I'm really honest with people. I know that the warm leads that we send convert at a very high rate. So if I call you up and we talk about it and you say you converted none of them, then I'm going to worry that they didn't call you or your conversion process is problematic. So what I really like to do in the beginning of a conversation is say, what's your average transaction value? Oh, it's about 16,000. And what would you say? What percentage of the calls you get do you close on a monthly basis? Oh, about 80%. So now you got what information you need. Or you can assume an 80% close rate and get the average transaction value from the internet. So at an 80% close rate, so 20% of the people call them didn't like them. But those were cold leads. We're not selling cold leads. We're not referring cold leads. That makes sense? I mean, these
Mhm.
people are your client. You're
Right.
on their list. They're asking you for these services. Okay, how's that a cold lead? Okay, so that's what I would say to them. I would demonstrate it through case studies or videos or whatever. You can call John over there at HYC Block Company or whatever, or here's the way we do it. Here I want to be able to demonstrate value to you up front. How about 60 days? You don't pay any advertising fees. We refer you as much business as we can, and you'll see how it works out. At the end of 60 days, we'll talk again. What do you think? Do you think you guys can do this?
Working on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keith, what do you think about it? I see that look that says,
Yeah. I've never, I don't know, Ken. I mean, I have so many referral partners already. And back in the day, I tried to approach them on doing that, and they were just negative about it. I don't need it. We're busy enough. And you're right. I can go to the next guy. And his competitor and sign him up. Easy as that, and so be it. But I don't know if they look at us as a referral source, as a lead, because they're looking at leads coming from their internet marketing and that, and we're just a home inspector per se, in which we'd have to change their mind and say, listen, we've been doing this for 15 years. We have a good, trusted, following, and a lot of our clients are looking for contractors or providers of services, and we'd like to put you on the list.
so let me ask you this. Could you mitigate that whole conversation with a 60-day free trial period?
Yeah. I mean,
And
yeah. I mean, look, let us put you on the list, and
at
we'll
30 days, I'm gonna call you back. We'll
yeah,
talk
call
about
you
it.
back, and we'll go over
60
the
days,
numbers
we'll
and
talk
say,
about it and say, is it worth it to you?
right.
But the people that you called in the past that said, what happens is they don't pay for leads now. Okay, so they don't get it. So big HVAC contractors, plumbers, all those, you see them every day on the internet advertising.
Mhm.
Okay, they understand cost per click, they understand cost per lead, ROI per lead, all of that. They get it. They have KPIs, key performance indicators. They understand their business. So if you're talking to Bubba doesn't even have anybody answer the phone, no website, he's never paid for anything. Guess what? Why are you talking to him?
Yeah,
He's not
right,
the kind of
right,
person we want on the
right.
list.
You just got to identify your source.
That's where it
Identify
starts.
that, and identify your high-end contractors.
We call it your ideal prospect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna identify our ideal prospect, and we talked about how to do that earlier in the conversation. So when we work through these steps, like I laid them out for you logically, then what happens? This becomes a discussion later on after you've identified individuals both that have good reputations, products and services to offer, and they pay for ads. Okay, so Brandon, what else? Anything else on this that you want to pitch in on? And
No, I mean, I think it's just a matter of helping them understand the value and helping them See, like, yeah, I mean, we find leaks every day under sinks, right? They need someone to fix it. And
And I
there's
think
more to
that
it.
one of the other things, Brandon, to what you're saying is not only do they find leaks, but then this person becomes your customer. And
Right.
if you have a back end marketing, guess what happens? Every time they have a need, they're going to call you back if you do the right thing.
Yeah.
How is that
Well,
not valuable?
and same thing with like a roofing contractor, right? Like, maybe there's missing shingles. They just want a quote, but they maybe not going to make that repair yet, or they know that their life's limited life on the roof remaining. So, you know, our guy goes out and gives a quote, and maybe he doesn't sell a new roof that month or that year even, but give it 2 or 3 years, maybe they come back, right?
We've got a friend that owns a family member, really that owns a multi-state roofing company. And one of the things right now, because economic times are a little bit difficult, is they love roof repairs. Then the customer knows they need a roof repair, but they're so tight for cash right now. If they can just, I mean, a roof replacement, if they can just get a repair to tide them over, then that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so what happens is you just nailed it, Brandon, that they know when that roof replacement comes along, they're going to call Crystal and Allen's company, Greater Atlanta Roofing, or whatever it is in each state, because, or Great American Roofing, I meant, because the fact of the matter is that that's who helped them out.
Yeah.
And they stay in touch with them, newsletter, helpful tips on maintaining this, clean gutters, do whatever, need flashing repaired. They do it. And normally they specialize in high-end roofs, but you have to go with the flow. If not, you have a beast to feed, and if not everybody has the money, roof repair turns into a sale later. So it's some income now and
Mhm.
customer value.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So I think that if the business owner is thinking logically, not only do I acquire a warm lead for a exceptionally cheap price, the fact of the matter is I've turned him into a prior client.
Yeah.
So I think that's that.